Hey there, comic book community. My name is Joe, and you're watching 360 Comics. I uncovered another hidden collection at a flea market, proving once again you should always ask if they have comic books. Stay tuned to see what I got. Every day, we are getting closer and closer to our giveaway goal of 2,000 subscribers here on YouTube, at which point we're giving away this Secret Wars #1. All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up for a like, and leave a comment down below. And you can check out our other videos from the month of May, June, and July for additional entries. Good luck. The story of how I acquired this collection goes back over a month. It was early June, and I was walking around the flea market looking for comic books, but striking out completely. There really wasn't anything there that day, so I started asking vendors, hey, do you have any comic books? Do you have any comic books? And most of the time, it's a no, but one guy said, yeah, I do. He had said he had brought them a couple times and no one really cared about them at all, so he stopped bringing them. I asked him if he was interested in me taking a look, and he said yes, so we exchanged numbers, but he let me know that he was going on vacation the next day and wouldn't be back for over a week. Well, as it turns out, by the time he was back, I was headed to California for a week, and then when I got back from California, I had COVID. So I completely forgot about this guy and his comic books. Fortunately, I eventually remembered and gave him a call. We set up a time, and I went over and looked at his stuff. He had, a box, like a paper box of printer paper, and it had a bunch of non-bagged, non-bordered comics, looked to be from the 60s, maybe even into the 50s, and they were all in low grade. I kind of asked him, what would you want for them? And he's kind of shrugged and was like, there's like 60 or so comics here. I had them out for $1 a piece and nobody bought any. Would you do $40 for the box? And I didn't even really hesitate at that point. Seemed like it would be a good deal. At worst, I'm out, $40 or whatever, but it seemed like most of them were intact. They weren't like coverless or anything like that. So I gave it a shot, and I came home with a nice box of comics, and, going through the prices, I'll tell you, the stuff that I'm going to show you in the video today, I have priced out to about $300. So even if I sell it for half of that, I'm still, almost quadrupling my money. Definitely did a good job on this. And there's also a bunch of stuff that I'm not showing you in this video that's like the lower, like $1 and $3 books that's just going to get put in some bins. But anyway, let's get started here. First off, we've got Rough and Ready in 4-color comics number 937, all the way back from 1958. This one, intact, complete, everything like that. A couple of these have some issues, which I will mention. They're all, though, low grade. The very best ones are like lower mid grade, like a 4 or something like that. Then we've got some Walt Disney Comics and Stories. This is issue number 205. Most of these from this era were featuring Donald Duck and his nephews, as you can see by issue 205 from 1957, going up to 235 from 1959, and we've got number 234 as well from 1960, and last but not least, 240 from 1960 as well. All of these intact, complete, but again, these were kind of in the 3.5 to 4.5 range. These are some of the better looking books, but they're not super coveted books. Just early Silver Age Disney related stuff. There was also this Uncle Scrooge book from Gold Key. These are all Dell, but we got a Gold Key one from 1963. I guess they took over the rights in the early 60s. And we got some Uncle Scrooge action going on here. Related to that, we've got this Daisy Duck and Uncle Scrooge Picnic Time book. This is a really thick book, probably at least 100 pages, but it was one of those Dell Giant books, which were kind of like the giant size books from that era, costing a whole 25 cents in 1960 was quite a lot. Most comics were 10 Some were 12, I guess, right around like 1960, 1961 is when they made the switch to 12 cents. So this was like 2.5 times the price of a regular comic. It has this awesome cover. It almost looks like a painted cover. I'm not sure. Maybe this one was one of those painted covers, which we'll get to in a little bit. Next, we've got TV Funnies from 1959. We got Woody the Woodpecker on the front. Awesome cover. Again, intact and complete. Can't complain about that. All the way back from the 1950s. A couple Tom and Jerry books were in there, but all of them were really destroyed except for this one from 1960. Some really early Silver Age stuff. Generally speaking, people consider the Silver Age to start somewhere between 1956 and 1960. Usually it's marked by 1956 because that is when DC Showcase number 4 came out, introducing the new Flash, Barry Allen's Flash, the Silver Age Flash. Then we got some Little Lulu. This is a pretty easy to find title from Dell during this time period, 1960, and a second issue of that as well. Nothing super special there, but people do collect those cartoony kids books. Speaking of the last one of those cartoony books, we've got Mighty Mouse Fun Club Magazine #1. This one obviously has some like drawing and doodles on the cover. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, someone used this to write on at some point. But yeah, all the way back from 1957, the very, very early Silver Age or late Golden Age, if you're one of those people that don't consider it to start in 56. But yeah, nice big 100-page thick book, complete and intact. Moving on, I did mention before there were some of those painted covers. These are them. They tend to be collectible just because of the cover art. We got Turok, Son of Stone from 1960 from Dell, and another issue from 1961, and a third issue from 1961. All of these with these really, really awesome painted covers. I forget the artist that did them. If you want to leave that in the comments down below, let me know what artist did these painted covers, because they're really great. And I actually found some Golden Age painted covers. These are also from Dell. This is a run called Hi-Yo Silver, and it's, I assume that's like featuring the Lone Ranger's horse. I guess this is his solo stories. Interesting that a horse has some solo stories, but this one's all the way back from 1953. Awesome painted cover. There was this one from 1954 and another from 1958. Great painted covers from Dell. And then this one kind of caught my eye just because of the cover. I really like the look of this book. This is Spaceman #2. I assume this to be Spaceman's second appearance, but don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I'm not really familiar with this run, and I'm not too into collecting sci-fi stuff other than Star Wars. So, this is not something I'm going to hold on to myself. You see, I've got it priced up at $10. Really, really cool looking book, though. This seems like a similar kind of run. Not really sure about that, but Drift Marlowe seems like a sci-fi thing by the cover. This one's 1962, same year as that Spaceman book. Then we're moving on to some DC, and this is kind of like the best of it just because, DC's popularity and stuff like that. We've got House of Mystery, DC's, big horror title from back then. This is issue number 121. They started all the way back in, I think, 1953, Golden Age. So this was about 10 years into the run. Unfortunately, there is a page detached in here, but it is complete and, intact otherwise. Just one page is kind of put in between the other pages of the books rather than being attached. Really great stuff, though. And then we got Sergeant Bilko's Private Doberman. I have no idea. I assume that this is like a comedy army type book, comedy war or something like that. Not really my thing, but going back to 1959, it's in pretty good shape. Happy to have it. Then we've got some Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. issue number 39. I'm talking double digits and earlier double digits of Jimmy Olsen's pal, or Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen from 1959. Definitely has a great cover and is completely intact and attached, so happy about that despite it being low grade. Then we've got Challengers of the Unknown. This one not even a double digit. This is a single digit, issue number 8 of Challengers. And this one unfortunately does have a detached cover, but like a low grade one with an attached cover sold recently online for $50. I put this one at less than half of that, $20. I think that's a really fair price. Entry level, early Silver Age book from DC Comics. Then we're going back to some Superman, issue number 137 from 1960. Check that out. We got 4 Superman pictures on the cover, a 10 center. Pretty hard to find those 10 centers. Even this early Silver Age stuff. Again, this is intact and attached, complete, all that stuff. And going back a little further than that, this is Superman number 119 from 1958. Even older than that last one. Great cover here. Love to see it. A 10 center. Unfortunately, this one does have the cover both detached and split, but this book is like really expensive normally. I saw ones for like $60, $70, $80. So even though the cover is split and detached, I have this one marked at $20. I think that's fair given the low grade ones are selling at like $60. Awesome cover. 1950s, very early Silver Age. Now we have one more book, and it is a Golden Age book, and I'm just going to scoot these down for a second because I want to put this one up here all by itself. If the cover wasn't detached, this definitely would be worth a lot more, but all the way back from 1955, we've got World's Finest number 80, a double digits World's Finest book featuring Batman, Robin, and Superman on the front. Looks like they're saving like a runaway train or something. Yeah, it looks like Superman is like a bridge, I guess. They have him as a bridge. Really corny, campy cover here. But yeah, Superman's body is being used as a bridge to get this conductor off what I assume to be a runaway train. Maybe this was before Superman was able to fly. I don't think so. I think he was flying at this point, so I don't know why he didn't just fly in there and scoop the guy up and get out, but yeah, they were doing some really silly things back in the 1950s. Anyway, this does have the like I said, the cover is detached, but it's not completely split. It does have a large spine split, but it is the front and the back cover are attached to each other. I have this marked at $25. I saw ones going for like $75, $80 with the cover attached, so I figure with the cover detached, mark it at $25. I have kind of all of these like priced to move, and like I said, still came out to like $300, and I paid $40 for the box. Put a little bit of time into cleaning them up a little bit, and getting them in bags and boards, but nonetheless should be able to make a nice little profit off of this. Nothing I really wanted to keep for myself. I'm not a huge Superman guy, and that was kind of the coolest stuff. And I don't really collect a lot of those like Dell and Gold Key comics unless they're key issues, which these are not, despite them being pretty awesome. So this stuff is all going to be up for sale at my next couple claim sales. Speaking of which, if you're around tomorrow night, that's Thursday, July 21st, 2022, I am going to be doing a sale with James from Mint Hunter Comics on his Instagram. I apologize, on his YouTube channel. YouTube, and not Instagram. His YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a sale probably starting around like 7:30, 7 o'clock, 7:30, something like that. And we're going to do all $5 and $10 books. And if you buy bundles of books, you're going to get some for free. So we'll talk about that. And then Friday on my Instagram, I'm going to be doing a sale with the Pope of Chillytown, my buddy Mike. He'll be there. That will be a normal sale, not just the $5 and $10 books, but the $5 books, the $10 books, the $100 books, the $1,000 books, raws, slabs, variant covers, all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you can come to one or both of them. Gonna be moving a lot of stuff over the next couple weeks in preparation for a couple of conventions that I'm doing. So hope you enjoyed this video. Lots of cool books from the golden and silver age of comics, and definitely seems like I'll be able to make a little bit of money off of it, which is great. Until next time, turn the page, wash your hands.